G'day, Jason here from In Search of Australia. Today I'm on the Sara River at Kookabookra in the hope of finding some of those really nice blue shiny things called sapphires. So in summer, this would be absolutely snake territory. If not now. So it's been a pretty rough start. I actually can't find much of the indicators at this point. It's either very deep or cleaned out. I'm going to keep looking. I'll show you a few spots that I've tried, but they're really obvious and I feel like people have emptied it. So the sieve material, I get 1 or 2 indicator rocks, nothing much. However, in the pan, black sand and gold. So I technically should be in the right spot, but no gemstones. I'm a little confused as to why I'm not even getting any indicator little tiny gemstones. So must be something I'm missing here. I'll keep searching and we'll get back to it. So downstream, here's some bedrock. And I tried as deep as possible just in this corner here in the drop off. Also in front of that boulder there, downstream that is. Still got indicators, but nothing substantial. I get the feeling people have done this one too. So I'm going to look for grey clay or gravel. I'll just keep digging. 500 metres of possible places to go, and I chose a spot that doesn't seem to have anything. Finally worked it out. There's a clay layer, a really thick clay layer. I dug a little bit of that up and it was just covered in spinel. So I got a few garnet straight away. So here's an example of the clay. As you can see, all the black spinel stuck to it. So there's the 2 bits of garnet I got. Place I got it was here. Down after this bit of bedrock. It's hard to see it's bedrock. It's really unusual bedrock, to be honest. It's some sort of conglomerate. But there's a whole series of, I guess, large crevices upriver. And this is quite a wide gap until it hits another bit of bedrock where I was earlier. Much more rounder river rocks, not ribble rocks. It's proving to be a really great place to practice panning, and I'll show you why. We've got this really white sand, which when we pan normally, you can see it running over the riffles very quickly, but then it slowly gets darker and darker. Let's do another one. And you're starting to see when the indicator rocks are showing up. Which means I'm going to stop there, agitate again. Might even move around to the other riffles. And you can see now the black sand appearing. Remember when I was talking about snakes being a possibility here? It's quite a big one. Looks like a brown, but can't be sure. I've got a theory why I'm not having much luck and why I get what I get in the pan. What I was told was this area was actually done over for gold, so the whole area was dredged. There's tailings of that, and I think that's what you're going through when you sift through what's here in the river. Then what I found was this. As I was walking along the creek, I felt this under me and I went, oh, there's bedrock in the middle of the creek. Is there a crevice? But then you can dig it up. And when you dig it up, it's all smashed up quartz, granite, crystals. And I think the idea is they didn't really look for sapphire, so the sapphires were here and then got left with the tailings. It's a bit dispiriting because I think that's going to be making it harder to actually locate them if they're stuck in things like that. So this has been the pattern of what I've been getting the entire time. And now that I think about it, it does look like crushed up rock. So I'm going to have to look somewhere else and change tact altogether, I think. I'm going to test a theory because I believe I'm going through tailings most of the time. The reason I think this is when I look at the gravel, it's all just broken up. It doesn't look like it's been in a river for a while. And when I found that compacted section, which means that it wasn't really being worn but would let gravel go away over time, it suggested to me that that's what majority of the material is. However, I did get 3 garnet when I first got here, digging over here, and it could be that there's still river pebbles there. I just don't know what level it will be, so I'm going to test a few levels, just a quick sieve of a couple of spades full, and just see if there's a sweet spot, if I'm going to call it anything. So that one was just as I hit the clay. I'm going to try a bit deeper. Finally, a sapphire. I have to go through the clay layer past all the gravel. It's not a huge one, but it's nice deep blue. At least the test paid off. Indicators are still few and far between. At least I got 4 then. 5. It's pretty sad when you're getting excited about finding indicators. Now it dawned on me when I saw that compacted tailings in the middle of the river, this isn't bedrock. It's tailings. They must have really worked hard here and dredged the whole thing, because all of this must have been just in the bed of the river, over time compacted, hardened, but now it's wearing away slowly, and that's what majority of the gravel is. Obviously new gravel comes in and rolls in, because you can see here the stones that are rounded. But anything that comes from this is just all crushed. The gem taking from here is, I think, it's 2 or 3 garnet, probably 2 garnet and 3 zircon. I don't know what the green thing is. It's unusual, so I'm keeping it just to check, but I don't know what it is. And obviously that's sapphire. A respectable amount of gold. Wasn't really the target, but when I'm looking for the gem indicators, like the little tiny ones, you get the gold as well. I feel like I was more successful with it. I'm used to going through tailings in places. I mean, most popular prospecting places will have a lot of leftover material from people looking, and you end up looking through that again. But this is ridiculous, the amount. The fact that it's slowly wearing off from what would have been a riverbed of tailings makes things really difficult.